Hello and welcome back to the MooCast. This is episode 9 of bringing the best of the Moo straight to you. As always, I am Mike O'Mara and I am joined by Mike, friends and compatriots and brothers in arms and one sister. Greg, say hello, Greg.
Hello, Greg.
And Andrea, say hello, Andrea.
Hello, Andrea.
Great. And we are here, as always, to talk about, first, what we've been playing this week. And I suppose we will give it up to Andrea first this week. Andrea, what has been spinning around in your disk drive lately?
I was telling Greg earlier, I haven't played a lot of Xbox, so let's put it this way. I played less than I feel like I usually do in a week. But...
so like 12 hours.
For most people.
Oh, that sounds terrible. No, but... when I did play, I had a good variety this week. So let's see. I kind of forget the order I did it in, but I played some Red Dead Zombies.
Red Dead Zombies?
Yeah.
I haven't played that in forever.
Yeah, I haven't either. I don't know. It's like, oh, I'm going to play this. Turns out it was triple XP.
That's what I was about to say. They did triple XP this week.
That was a fun surprise. Yeah, Red Dead Zombies has always been kind of my game. I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah, you are like tremendously good at that. I played it like once with you, and I said, okay, I'm gonna go to newbie team.
Yeah, it's my I guess it's my game sort of. But yeah, I had fun doing that. Had some pretty good random teammates for once. It lasted about probably like a 15-minute game. Like not bad.
That's
I
pretty
played
good.
longer, but not bad. Let's see other games. I played a little bit of Modern Warfare 2.
What?
I know, going back in time a little bit.
You like the older men.
Something like that.
Oh, soap.
Yuck.
He's dead, let it go.
I know. Oh, so sad.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
So, I'm interested. Why did you go back to Modern Warfare 2 with all the Modern Warfare 3 goodness?
I just felt like playing it. Like every so often I just feel like going back to Modern Warfare 2.
Anything you noticed now that you go back?
Yeah, it's really hard for me to get used to, like in Modern Warfare 3, if you play Domination and you capture a flag, or you do something, support, kill streak, you get a kill streak point.
Right.
And now Modern Warfare 2, it's like, oh snap, that doesn't exist.
Only kills.
The noob tubes are back, and the quick scopers, those guys are always a problem.
Right.
But it was fun for a while, and then I got pretty frustrated, and I rage quit. And then I switched to Modern Warfare 3, and that was not going very well, so I rage quit that. And what else did I end up playing?
What else did you rage quit?
Some Left 4 Dead 2, which, yes, I also rage quit.
Without the patch. Thank you very much, Valve.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of rage quitting this week. A lot of playing older games that I haven't played in a while.
Right.
Maybe. But yes, so we will talk all about rage quitting.
Let's maybe table this for a few minutes because we'll get through what we've been playing. But we should talk about what our like oldies but goodies are. Like what games do you throw in every single month? That's probably a good thing to talk about. But before we get to that, I digress. Let's see. What did I rage quit this week? Left 4 Dead 2 for sure. I dutifully made sure it was reinstalled on my hard drive, and I was all ready for the cold stream download that's been promised and promised and promised and promised. And I booted it up, and lo and behold, no update. So then I was like, maybe I did this wrong. Surely Valve, after a year of telling us it would come out, would have brought it out by now. Surely it would have passed certification in a year and a half. So then I turned off my Xbox, I turned it back on. Of course, no update found, nothing to download. So out of respect for the zombie lore that I love so, I played maybe 1 or 2 campaigns of Left 4 Dead, and it wasn't a rage quit as much as it was like a depression quit. It was like I'm just going to cry and take this game out of my disk drive because it does not have all the campaigns I wanted to have at this point. But bad on you, Microsoft and Valve. Like, bring me my cold stream that is out on PC right now for free, okay? Please.
Yeah, I saw that sad news on Facebook, and I was like, oh, well.
It's so depressing.
I guess I'm not playing that.
Right, yeah. So I played that for just a little bit. I played more of my Max Payne 3, which I know what else is new, but it's super fun. And I played some Battlefield 3, and I played some Ghost Recon Future Soldier because the Arctic DLC pack came out a little bit ago, and I forgot that I had a free code from it. So I finally downloaded that, so I've been playing some more Ghost Recon 2, and that is super fun as well. Greg, what you been playing?
Well, have I got a story?
Uh-oh.
not really a story, more like a rant, so you're going to have to bear with me.
Okay.
But the start of this week, I played a lot of Black Ops. Again, trying to get some of those zombie achievements, which for the record, I played with a friend named Ken. We put about 70,000 points into that stupid item box, and we couldn't get the gun we needed for the dumb Easter egg, and we ended up dying, and it was so frustrating, because you know how long it takes to get 70,000 points?
A lot of time.
Yeah, a lot of time. So I also went through the campaign again, just to kind of gear up for the second one, but more so to test the new surround sound system that I got.
Ooh!
Nice.
For the low price of free.
Oh my God! Free surround
Double
sound.
nice.
Yes.
Who do you know?
Well,
People.
I'd have to kill you if I told you
Okay.
that.
Wow, surround sound.
But yeah, so it was great. But after that, I was like, you know what? There's really not a whole lot that I want to play on Xbox right now. So maybe I should do what I've been saying I'd do since we started this thing and finish Skyward Sword. And let me tell you, this is probably going to hurt a lot of people out there. Good, but it took every bone in my body to not rage quit this game. Seriously, rage quit a single player game.
Yeah, that takes a lot.
Oh my gosh. So just come with me on this journey a little bit. There's going to be some spoilers. I'll try to keep it as free as I can, but if you haven't played Skyward Sword, just
tears?
fast
Will there be
forward
tears?
there will be tears.
Will there be blood?
There will be blood.
Uh-oh. Okay.
So, the thing I loved about the N64 Zeldas was that it was very, very quick to start. Specifically, Majora's Mask. It was like, you were in on that action. You were being dragged around.
Dragged?
Dragged.
Yeah.
By the horse, and I mean, you were chasing that skull kid. Like, it was immediate. You were in this game.
Not to mention, there was this celestial body about to kill you in 3 days, so you better be on your horse.
You better be ready to go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I love Wind Waker, I love Twilight Princess, but Twilight Princess especially had a long, drawn-out intro, which is like, once you get past it, it's great, but that first hour or so is kind of rough, because I really don't care about half those characters that they introduced. I don't even remember any of their names.
Right.
So it's like, okay, whatever. Well, if you thought that was bad, start Skyward Sword, and it takes you like an hour and a half to get started. At least that's what it felt like. So you got to go through this whole long introduction about how to use your controller and what the moves are, and it's like, it's basically been the same
forever
since N64.
Right.
So it's like, the only thing that you need to do is know which buttons on the controller do what.
Right.
So you finally get through that whole long intro, and you go through the first 3 temples, which I'll skip over that part. But needless to say, before you even get to the temple, you have to do you have to do a fetch quest just before you even get there. And it's annoying because it's like, I just want to go to the temple. Like, I have maybe one small thing I need to do before I get there.
Stop off at 7-Eleven.
Right, exactly. No, this is like, stop off at 7-Eleven, do a complete U-turn, go all the way back to where you started, and then go back and stop at 7-Eleven again, and then you can go to the temple.
But you get to stop at 7-Eleven twice.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true. You don't need
like
that many big goals.
Multi-Slurpee, yeah.
So, traditionally, since, not Ocarina of Time, traditionally since, Link to the Past?
Yeah.
There's been the first 3 dungeons.
Yeah.
And then you have your event.
Yeah.
And then you do the rest of the game.
Right.
So, I had my event, and there was a boss that I had to fight, which was, kind of an interesting boss fight. So once you do that, then you're on your way to the other temples. Now, unfortunately, with this game, there's only 3 areas that you can explore. There's only a forest, a desert, and a volcano.
Ooh.
And I guess the way they expand that is you can only explore certain parts of it, and then once you progress, then you can explore another part. But at the end of the day, it's still a desert, it's still a forest, and it's still a volcano. So there's really not a whole lot of new terrain that you're going to be seeing.
Right.
But anyways, the first one they send you to is the forest. So you got to go to the forest. But to prove your worth, you have to do this kind of time trial thing.
Oh no.
So
I hate those.
Yeah. So you get sent to another dimension.
Of course you do.
And you don't have any weapons. And so you have to go pick up these, they're called tiers, if I remember correctly. So you have to pick up these tiers. And you only have 90 seconds to go from tier to tier. And if you lose that time, the Guardians are going to wake up. And if they hit you once, you have to restart the whole thing.
Oh, good lord.
Oh,
So,
no.
it wasn't terrible to go through. I enjoyed the sense of atmosphere, that
dread.
That dread,
Yeah.
thank you. But it was still a bit annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I had to do it at least 2 more times, so it's like, oh great, that's going to come in the future. So anyways, I do that, I get my item, now I'm supposed to climb a tree. So I climb this tree, and it's a pretty big tree.
As trees go.
Yeah. So I finally get up to the top, thinking this is where I need to be. No, there's a guy at the top of the tree that says, no, you need to actually go all the way back down.
Oh, no, it's a
Fake out.
princess is in another castle fake out. Oh.
So he tells me where I need to go, but to get there, I have to open the door. Now, how do I open the door? Well, I have to draw the remaining symbol. Like, there's a symbol on the door, and it's not complete.
Right.
So I have to draw in the remaining part with my laser sword.
Oh, my God.
But to find out where the actual, like, what it looks like, you have to go to the other end of the forest.
Oh, of course you do.
So you gotta run to the other end of the forest. And then you gotta run all the way back to draw on the symbol. So then once you draw on the symbol, you jump off a cliff, and you have to swim to the water dragon's domain.
Uh-huh.
And there's a particular move that they give you with the swimming. First off, let me mention, the flight and the swimming controls are garbage.
Oh, no.
Like, I have never experienced a game that controls so stupidly. And I mean, I've played bad games.
Right, well, sure.
And the sad part is these are good motion controls, because these are from Nintendo. But it's just like, to swim and to fly, you need to move the Wii remote back and forth. Not the nunchuck or the analog stick. So like, if you're going forward, and you want to go left, you need to twist your arm.
Twist your wrist instead of...
to the left, so that he'll go left.
That's how you swim and fly?
That's how you swim and fly. And if the controller decides that it likes you that day, then it will do what it says. But there's this dumb move you're supposed to do where if you charge, you can like leap out of the water and jump over obstacles.
Uh-huh.
So you have to like try and line up your jump by like moving the Wiimote to get to the specific spot, and then you have to shake the nunchuck part to like leap over these walls. If it sounds complicated or annoying, it's because it is, and it's really stupid.
It looks like, you can't see this because we're doing audio right now, but like it just looked like Greg.
I'm making grandiose hand gestures right now.
Killed and gutted a chicken.
Oh
like it looks like he's making like Christmas dinner for us right now with his bare hands.
Good thing we're not in Skyrim.
That's true.
Right? I'd be hunted for
everyone.
Chicken murder. But anyways, you finally get to the dragon lady, and she has been wounded, and she's like sitting in a pot. And she's like,
what?
Hey.
A dragon-sized pot?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, hey, go get me like super water or mystical water or something, because then I can heal.
Oh, come on.
So, they give you this ability in the game. They call it dowsing, and you can...
I've got that ability in real life.
Right?
You don't want to see it.
So you can, like, program your sword to find the location of things. So you'll go into, like, first-person mode and point your sword.
Oh, it's like a metal detector.
It's like a metal detector, and you can, like, move around and find out where you need to go.
Right.
So, as you're wandering around the woods, it turns out that this water is in the first temple that you
of course it
in
is.
the area. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's not going to be that bad because I already cleared the temple out. Wrong. So
Baddies
I get
have moved
to the
back
temple, and like the first door, basically, that I come across is locked. So I'm like, that's so stupid because I
just came out the other way.
I already searched like however many hours ago to clear this out the first time, but the door's locked again. Well, then you run into a stupid mole person who lives... They live in the volcano area.
Sure, it makes sense.
But for some reason, he's in the forest area. He's like, oh, I have a key for this door, but I just happened to lose it, and I can't remember where it is.
That's lame.
So what do? You have to look on the ground and find little, like, very little X's, because they tell you where you can dig in the dirt. You have these, like, mitts that you can use to dig up treasure.
But
sounds
only
like
if...
Castle Crashers.
Yeah.
The little X's on the
Yeah,
sand.
exactly like that. Except these are way harder to see, it feels like.
And in Castle Crashers, that's like irony and part of the comedy. Like in this sounds stupid.
Yeah.
Like, isn't this supposed to like purporting to be some kind of fancy world where you're like a hero, but yet you can only dig where there's an obvious X?
Yep.
Stupid.
So, I'm thinking, I have to go through the first couple rooms and try and find all these dumb X's. I'm like, oh, there's a monster over there who is kind of tough to beat. I bet the key is over there. Lo and behold, there's an X on the ground.
Yeah.
I dig. No key.
Oh.
So I'm just like, it didn't take me too long to find the key, like maybe 10, 15 minutes. But it's kind of like, for a game that literally thinks you have no brain.
Right.
I don't understand why they didn't give you more help to find the key. Like, just to give you an example, 4th, 5th, 6th dungeon, you will get the big key to open the door to the boss. You will get it. It'll have the little description.
Right.
Like, this is just a big key.
Yeah, this is a key.
Your stupid sword person will be like, hey, I bet this is the key that you can use to open the big door. Like, they literally think you have no brain. So I'm like, I don't understand why it goes from holding your hand, not even holding your hand, like yanking you along, to just like, oh, find this thing.
Here is a needle, Link.
So,
go find it in that haystack.
Oh my god, yeah. So I finally find this key, and I'm like, alright, now I can get to the end of the dungeon, because it's already clear, I think. So I get to the last chasm before the boss door, and there's archers at the other end. You don't have the bow and arrow at this point. The only thing you can do is stun them with your, slingshot.
Okay.
But you can't get across the rope before they get unstunned. So I have no idea, what I'm supposed to do at this point. Maybe there was an easier solution. I don't know. You call me stupid, but I didn't see anything that I could do. So I ultimately, had to drop a bomb very quickly and grab it with this, flying claw that I have. It's like a beetle. And I fly over there and drop it on them. And it just barely made it before, blew up the beetle.
Do, James Bond stuff.
Right. So I finally get to the area, the very end area, and there's a whole lot of water around. But no, you have to find the specific area of the water to get.
Oh my god.
So I finally get the special water that I need, and I leave the temple. Well, unfortunately, I don't know why, because this has been in every Zelda game since the first one, at least every one that I've played. You cannot warp from place to place. So what you have to do is, you could run all the way back, but that would take a while.
Right.
So I had to teleport to the sky, and then do a 180 with my bird, so I could drop back down to the area that I needed to go. And we all know how flying the bird goes.
Oh, God.
Well, at least I do, and it's terrible. You can only teleport when you fall to the area for the first time. So I had to go up, turn around, and then drop back down so I could land where I wanted to go.
Right.
But I don't understand why I can't jump from save point to save point,
right.
because every other Zelda has it.
Right.
So I go, I give her the stupid water, and she heals up, and she finally opens the door to the dungeon. And I could go on and on about some of the things that this game has made me do just to get progress.
You're a braver man than I, because I would have quit a long time ago.
But I just, it really makes me question what was going on in Nintendo's headquarters, because, I don't mind side quests. In all the other Zelda games, generally speaking, I do some of the side quests, and I enjoy them.
Right.
But it feels like I am doing side quests in the main quest. And so by the time I get done with all that, I don't even care about doing any of the mini games. And so I'm just curious what you guys think about game design. What makes for a good progression system, if you will? Because to me, I didn't once feel like I was making progress.
Right.
I felt like I kept either going, sidestepping, going to the side, or going backwards.
Right.
And it was just very frustrating for me.
Well, I think that you nailed it right on the head. I think especially in a story-based game, if you begin to have to put more effort into things that do not directly relate to the story, then those designers are losing the point, and so they're going to lose their audience. I think that in a story-based game, everything you do should have something to do with the story, and it shouldn't begin to feel like now I'm getting grocery lists of things done, which is a little bit different from a multiplayer game where the point is the grocery list. So in a multiplayer game, I really like getting new attachments for weapons and things like that. Even though I'm using the same weapon, I can say oh, look what I did. I did the same thing a million times because I really like this weapon, so now I have new stuff for this weapon. That's the point, is to fill up your list. Mm-hmm. But in a story-based game, I want to care about the bigger picture all the time. And I just feel when it begins to feel to me oh, they've probably already killed the person I'm trying to rescue because I've taken 20 friggin' hours getting the stupid magic buttercup to feed to like the magic pony so that the magic door will open at the magical time. Like, forget it. Like, they've already killed my princess. Like, I'm out. You know what I mean? Like, if I start to feel like that, I'm like, rage quit all over the place. I don't know about you, Andrea.
I'm just thinking of games that kind of fit in that category that I've somewhat recently played, like Skyrim and Red Dead.
Right.
I guess Skyrim is probably not the best example just because it's so open.
Right.
You can do pretty much whatever you want. I mean, sure, there are a lot of side quests, but your main objective is to progress with the story.
Right.
I feel like, in my opinion, Red Dead fits that a little better just because it's clear which missions are the story, what you have to do. But, yeah, okay, you have the little side quests filled in, like, oh no, stranger on the road, oh no, help me, you know. Like,
right, but you can just ride by.
Exactly. Yeah. It's completely optional.
Right.
I think if it was forced, that would drive me crazy. I mean, I haven't played any of the Zelda games. So yeah, that I don't think I could deal with that. If a game gives me the option to do a side quest, okay, I like having it optional.
Right.
If it's required, no, I think that would just make me rage quit.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think the reason why the vast majority of RPG-esque games that I play are open RPGs is because of what you just said. Like, like I was telling Greg a second ago, like, I would have quit a million years ago. Like, the second a game makes me do something stupid that is not related to the story, that doesn't get me fired up for the next part of the story, I'm like, I'm out. Like, I don't have enough time in my life to, like, go get your stupid, like, magic nuts. Like, you know, like, figure out how to douse you with special water, even though you're already in the water. Like, fix yourself, dragon lady.
Right, and it's like, now at this point, I've done all the second half of the dungeons. Right. And so now I've got to get a song to progress, but the song's been split up into 3 parts.
Of course it is.
And I have to, like, go get the 3 parts from the different areas, but to get the part of the song, I got to do something for
Forget it.
And it's like, it just, I think about, you know, some of the other Zelda games that I've played, and it's like, you know, you go to a dungeon, you get your item, and then you have a little bit of the story, and then you go to the next temple, if that's what you want to do. You can just head right on over there, and you can get in.
Right.
No, this is like, it won't let you.
Right.
Like, you just physically can't even get there, because you've got to do all these stupid things, and it's just so aggravating.
That would drive me crazy.
I mean, I want to play it, I want to finish it.
Right.
But it just, I'm overall disappointed with it.
Right. That's too bad.
These side quests always seem to be about the damsel in distress.
Always.
Oh, one of the things that annoys me is I can't stand the helpless female character.
I wonder why.
It's like, really, ladies? Come on, do something. Like, ugh.
Or at least, okay, like, pro tip, ladies, like, if you're gonna be kidnapped by someone evil in the future, leave everything important to you that could possibly be used to rescue you in one piece. Like, why in all these games is like the only thing that will break the spell is the sword. And you're like, okay, cool, I'm a big man, I'm gonna go get the sword. And they're like, oh, but it's in 6 pieces in 6 different. Like, ladies, keep your swords in one piece, okay? If we can give you one PSA for today, like, take this to heart. Like, leave all of your important stuff in one piece, okay? I don't want to search for 3 shards of a sword, or you're busy being turned into some kind of werewolf by the sorcerer, okay?
But that's the thing. It's like it's always the damsel in distress. Oh, if only there was a hot, strong guy to come save me.
What would you rather have us play? Dudes in distress?
No. I'm just saying. Me personally, the helpless female character just gets on my nerves. It's like, because it's done all the time. Right.
Well, I mean, it's, to quote Beauty and the Beast, it's a tale as old as time, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but,
so,
you know.
Is it like a breath of fresh air then for you to be able to have a female character in, like, Skyrim and things like that?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, yeah, I like being able to, I guess, in a sense, play as myself in these
Right.
games.
Oh,
sure,
absolutely.
in Skyrim, you know, I'm a wood elf, but, you know, it's
Well,
me.
that's just like real life. Yeah. The wood elves of Illinois.
It's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like, I've always been a Tomb Raider fan.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to the next Tomb Raider game coming out, because, you know, it's like, you go, girl.
Especially because she's like more realistically proportioned too, and now she doesn't look like a Cowboys cheerleader who's like fighting off lions.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, all right. So, yeah, that's our Rage Quit segment for the evening. So as far as gaming news this week, there was a leak about the new Xbox, and apparently it's been confirmed now that the kit that a user was trying to sell online for $10,000 is indeed a real development kit. So apparently Infinity Ward and 343 amongst others have already it kind of admitted that they've got these kits, and in their possession they are currently developing on them. And just to give a couple specs if you haven't seen it, it's said to have between 8 and 12 gigs of memory, of RAM, and it's got the equivalent of DirectX 11 Windows 8 operating system, and apparently the graphics card in it is equivalent to the top of the line PCs for 2012. And so what reporters are saying is that it's approximately about 6 times overall more powerful than our current systems, which I'm pretty excited about. I don't know about you guys.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty good. Another good piece of info is that apparently the next iteration of the Kinect sensor is going to have its own processor, which, like, I know we've talked about it before. They were supposed to have done that with the current Kinect, but they couldn't get the price point down low enough while still having its own processor, so they ditched that. And we were left to wonder what the Kinect could be able to do if it did have its own processor. But apparently we won't have to wait too much longer. In about a year, we'll be able to see what it can do with the next one. So, I mean, all of us are admitted Xbox junkies, so we'll be there day one anyways. But it's good info to know that they're already developing on it, especially Infinity Ward. I want to see what the next Call of Duty looks like on the next system. Any more thoughts about that, guys, before we go on?
I mean, I'm looking forward to the next round of systems. My wallet, maybe not so much.
Mine neither.
But I'm interested to see, you know, what next-gen graphics can do. Because, I mean, you know, well, for example, today, I was telling Mike earlier, I went to go see the new Batman movie, Dark Knight Rises.
It rules.
It was pretty awesome.
It rules. Batman! That's my best Bane.
That's good.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
But before the movie started, there was a preview for Black Ops 2. And I was like, you know, first off, I think it's really cool that games have gotten to a point, at least some games have gotten to a point where, you know, they can have previews in a movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, it still looks great. Like, it's
you know,
put on this, 100-inch screen or whatever.
Yeah, it's big enough, yeah.
You know, and it still looks fantastic, and I'm like, wow, I'm very impressed with what the systems that we have can do, and these are how many years old at this point?
Right.
So it's like, what more can be done? But of course, you know, the new systems are going to come out and be like, oh my God,
Yeah.
We never lived. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true.
I'm looking forward to the new system. I mean, a lot of the stuff that Mike said, I don't really know what that means, but you know, as long as I guess memory is important, picture quality, you know, all that good stuff. Sure, yeah, I'm on board. You know, I mentioned it before. My Xbox is still somewhat new.
It's true.
So
it's a puppy.
Yeah, so I'm glad that the new one isn't coming out right away, just because I feel like I just bought this one.
Right.
So yeah, I remember that. Man, I was getting like sweaty palms at the register. Good Lord. I mean, oh yeah, it's a lot of money.
It's true, it is.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to the new one. I just hope that it, you know, I'm glad to hear that it's not coming out tomorrow.
Right.
So there's still a little time.
Right. So what do we let's talk like we usually do about what we'll be playing in the upcoming week before we take off here. I guess I'll start. Cold Stream. Valve, bring it out this week. I want to play all of the campaigns again with the new specials and melee weapons, so please bring it out. So that's my number one wish for this week, followed very closely by Deadlight, the very anticipated zombie apocalypse game coming out for the Summer of Arcade this week. So I'm really looking forward to playing tons and tons of zombie-related gaming this week. Greg?
Well, I'm gonna do my best to finish up Zelda. That is,
No matter how much it pains you.
If all these dumb side quests are done, but yeah, I'm gonna try that. I definitely want to try out this Dead Light. You know, I've heard things about it, see how it is. And yeah, I would love to play Coldstream if whoever messed up, corrects it, and we can finally get our hands on it.
Right.
But yeah, other than that, I think I'm also going to try to get some of those zombie achievements still. And hopefully this time not put 70,000 points in the item box and get nothing.
Oh yeah, by the way, which gun were you hoping for?
Oh yeah.
We needed, I was doing Call of the Dead, so we were trying to send the crew to Paradise, which is a huge step process, but ultimately you need the VR11. So you have to that turns zombies into humans. And so you have to send a human into this beam of light and like kill him before he gets up to the top. But anyway, you need this dumb gun.
Sounds complicated.
And of course, like you need it at the end. So there's really no point in even starting the Easter egg until you get this dumb gun.
Right.
So
tough.
Cross your fingers out there and hope I can get the VR11.
Fair enough. Let's see. I'll probably be playing little Skyrim. I just recently finished Delphine's Quest. That was the one where I had to dress up and crash the fancy party. It's
awesome.
So that was fun. I was so excited to finally get an achievement after completing that because I feel like I played this game more hours than I care to admit, and I feel like I don't have any achievements just because I'm noticing a lot of them are...
they're quest-based.
Yeah, exactly. So I just have to be patient, but...
enjoy the game, Andrea.
No, I am.
Okay.
It's just, when I play for a while and I don't get an achievement, there's so many left,
That's
you
true.
know?
It's true.
So yeah, some Skyrim.
It's like going to France and like not having bread every couple hours. Like if you don't have bread with butter on it and you're in Paris, you're like, am I still here?
I feel like, I say this now, Call of Duty and I are on a break for a little bit. I don't know. I really did rage quit this weekend. I just Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. I was just...
You heard it here, folks.
Not a good Call of Duty, not a Call of Duty weekend, but, I say that now. We'll see what I feel like tomorrow.
I'm sure you'll come back. You'll come crawling back to soap.
Oh, yeah. I always do.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think that wraps it up for us this week. Thanks, as always, for listening. Make sure to like us, make sure to follow us, and make sure to tell your dirty friends about us, and even your cool ones. They might like it, too.